A lot of the I do the sales. I'm involved in a little bit of everything. I do sales. We do a lot of the operations, and it's the little bit of everything actually. Yeah. There's we're a small operation. We're a small group of people, and we have maybe 8 full-time employees, and we're a small business that tackles big projects. So we do a lot of marine work. Is our specialty, and we do it with a small group of guys that we've all been together for several years now. Our primary focus is marine demolition. We remove structures over the water or vessels, but primarily piers, wharfs, concrete, specialize in concrete and steel structures that are in the water, and so we work primarily for most of the large construction companies, Dutra, Manson, Power, and we go in and we'll remove the old structures when they're building new. So one of the projects we just finished was Pier 36 here in San Francisco, and that was a 90,000 square foot pier that we removed in less than 4 months, and then Dutra came in behind us and built the Branham Street Wharf, and that was all for the America's Cup races. So what we do is we take our land-based equipment and put it on a barge and float it to the work, and we work within the restraints of that barge. So we usually have one barge that we put our equipment on, and then another barge that we put the materials on. So yeah, well, typically for us, we work tides. So all of our work is tidal dependent. So we work a lot of night shifts. We'll work, we just finished the removing 2 concrete structures. They were the temporary supports for the new Bay Bridge. So when they finished the construction, they held the trestle that carried the freeway structure panels. And when they finished with the bridge, they removed the trestle, and then these 2 concrete pedestals or pile caps were out in the water. So they were underwater at high tide, but at low tide they were accessible. So all of our shifts were low tide. So every day we would start an hour later. So we'd start, for instance, 8 o'clock one day. Then the next day would be 9. The next day would be 10. Each day as we worked would rotate, and then some days we'd work longer shifts because of the tide. So a lot of our work is tidal related. So we'll either, some projects we have to work at high tide because there won't be enough water to get access to your project. So what is it about Komatsu? Well, actually the comfort and the way the equipment operates. It's just smooth, the flow. It's got good flow. It cycles, good cycle speeds, good dependability, reliability. Good aesthetics. Like I said, the ergonomics are good in them. And we, when we started with we bought a 300 HD, was our first Komatsu, and so we purchased another. We purchased a 400, and we purchased a 600, and so we just we're happy with Komatsu. Everything they've provided works well, and it's continually pleased us. So, and then we want to be consistent with our fleet. We don't want a bunch of different tractors, so we have to maintain a bunch of and store and supply a bunch of inventory. So we stay with Komatsu, and we have a Komatsu mechanic, and it just seems to work for us. The service end of it, we have our own HDR. And Pat, and he does most of the service for us. But when we have had to use road machinery, they've been there with their mechanics, and they've helped us right along. We rented tractors from them, and they've provided us with good tractors, and they've serviced them and repaired any anything that needed service. So we've had real good success in the last few years.
And you've got what's made or will keep Zaccor successful in the past and in the future?
Our work ethic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our work ethic. Well, we're customer oriented. I mean, we work for the customer. We keep that in mind. We're subcontractors normally, and so we work to make our prime contractors look good.